Welcome to episode 98 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
Every week, Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to overcome our various issues. You know, the things that just plague you day to day and cause all sorts of distractions and just like get in your life. And Steven, we talk about what we do. And this week, I completely failed Steven. Last week, we were like... Last week
we had a busy week though. Both of us did, really.
Yeah, I know. Well, you failed because I failed you, Steven. I failed you this week. I failed. Okay, so
I mean, let's be real. I know you haven't flatted like pages 15 on, so I could have reverse flatted from like where I've been. But yeah,
if anything,
I'm with you. Like,
failed us 88% this week. This week it was all Steven. I did my stuff.
I kind of viewed. Knowing everything that was coming up this week for both of us, I kind of viewed this as a bye week anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
It was like, we finished, we finished the comic. We just got to do like the touch, got some shadings and things like that. And then we can send it off to print, so I kind of viewed this week as like, kind of like a passing weekend.
Yeah.
Anyway, because we've literally been nonstop since December. So
it's been crazy. So for those of you who don't know what the heck we're talking about, every week we get together and we discuss our latest attempt at making a comic book. We've been trying to do this for 20 years. We had some like close calls. We almost did it. We got really close to the finish line, completely blew it at the end. It was usually my fault, almost always my fault, definitely my fault. No credit for this. This was definitely all the way. I was just like, it was all me. And then you know what? I was like, I'm gonna redeem myself, baby. And I was like, Steven, we got one left. I'm gonna pull this back in when we're adults.
The amount of pages I pumped out back then was nuts. I used to get 5 pages done a day. It was crazy.
Steven was amazing. It was prolific. It was insane. No one's ever seen work like this. It was like Steven had his own genie, and he could have just been like, I wish we had a comic, but instead he was like, I wish I got my work done, and he suffered in silence. No, so Steven and I, we were trying to make comic books forever, but recently as a couple years ago, I pitched this idea to Steven where I was like, let's make a comic book. Let's try one last time. We'll make this podcast to hold ourselves accountable. And we did it. We made a book called Play It Again. We ran a Kickstarter for it. It was very successful. Thankfully, we published it. It's our first book. It's available on Amazon. You can find it now. Then we were like, let's not stop there. We can keep this thing friendship going. We've been doing this for long enough. Let's keep trying. So now we try to make this book called Deathless, which is a supernatural action comedy book. And it's been going great. People like showed up for it in like crowdfunding campaign that we ran. And so far, Steven, you finished all the art. I did a bunch of the flats. This week I was supposed to send you the flats that I did and then work on some more stuff. But what happened instead was I took my son to Universal for the first time, Steven. I was like, oh, surprise trip, let's go. And we went to Universal. We did it. And you also had a trip.
And that's just awesome, though. Yeah, I did. I went and saw Coheed in Tampa Bay. So, I mean, we both had a busy week.
When I was busy trying to send you those pages, I text you specifically. And I remember you like not getting back to me. And then when you got back, you were like busy listening to Coheed. And I was like, I get it. I also like Coheed. But no, dude. So how was the trip? How was Coheed?
So Tampa was awesome. Rachel and Tina went. So that's my sister and my lovely wife. Coheed's always a blast. Anthony got to go the last time we went they're fantastic. But like, dude, so a lot of people are complaining about new Coheed being shorter. A lot of people want the 5 and 7 minute songs, which I don't. I mean, of course, I love some of like In Keeping Secrets is an amazing song. The Crone is a cool song. Like, but songs don't need to be 5 minutes to be good. Like, that's not like a
they need to be 12 minutes to be great, Steven. you need a 13 dude. If you have 13 minutes and 10 minutes of just a drum solo, you're not going to be a legend. I'm sorry.
You're not a legend. But dude, like, I even think like even James Hetfield has said like they like revisited and looked at Injustice for All, and like Injustice for All is like one of the proggiest metal albums of all time, and like he's like, yeah, these songs are too long. Like, I mean, who wants to see a live show where we're playing like 3 songs and that's like half the set because they're like 10-minute songs, So like, but anyway, so the perk of them being shorter now is like, I'm pretty sure the Coheed set was like almost 18 songs long. So even though it was the same hour and a half, it felt so much more rich. And it was just, dude, it poured. It was like pouring rain. The whole show got pushed back an hour and a half. It was nuts. But it was a great time. It was fantastic. Coheed did not disappoint. Claudio got on the keys at one point to play Disappearing Act. Like there was a lot of awesome moments. They have a huge creature head now, like on the stage. Like it's like we're talking like Iron Maiden style with Eddie on the stage. Like they have like this huge giant alien head on the stage. They had like lights coming out of it, and then behind behind them the whole show, they had the animation of the whole Vaxxus 2 going on behind it. So they're playing all these Vaxxus 2 songs. And dude, it was great. It was fantastic. Alkaline Trio was fun. I don't know a lot of Alkaline Trio, even though they're a name that I've heard 1,000 times. And then Mothica was pretty cool.
3 songs over and over, Steven. 3 songs, the trio of songs, and then they repeat them. But like by the 3rd time they get through them, you should know at least one of them. Wait, Steven, did they play radio? Did they play radio?
No, they didn't play radio.
Did Tina?
That's one I would have known.
Enough?
Play radio. You know, I actually like listening to Alkaline Trio. I didn't know that they did like a Blink situation where they alternated the vocalists.
Yeah.
So yeah, Matt Skiba, he's cool. Like he's got a cool little stage presence. But the bassist voice, I think I like better actually. Yeah. The bald guy, they were awesome. But so I mean, it's not Coheed. So I mean, it's so funny every time and you saw it in Jacksonville too. Like the before, like the Used was great. But there is something about the sound quality when Coheed takes the stage. Like, I mean, it's like album perfect. I mean,
he rubbed that genie and he was like, I want to be perfect. And it was like, you got it. Do you also want good hair? He's like, it wasn't part of that wish, but I'll give it to you. And he was like, oh, cool.
You're going to be a legend, sir.
That's what it is.
Like, be a god amongst insects.
Yeah, seriously.
Specifically dragonflies.
If he didn't meet the devil on the crossroads somewhere in like Alabama or whatever, like Georgia, you know, like if he didn't fiddle like duel the devil down in Georgia to win that hair/talent, I don't know who did. Like there's no
instead of having a fiddle contest, it was like a double neck guitar contest. Yes! Like they're both having it was Claudia's over there playing with his teeth and stuff.
The air guitar war raged on for 30 years. Can you
air guitar a double neck?
Air guitar. Can you challenge the devil to air guitar? Because here's the thing. They have world championships of air guitar. You can go to championships of air guitar where it's a contest. People do it. There's a whole documentary about it. So if the devil's like, any game, buddy, like, can I just like throw that in that gauntlet and be like,
dude, I think that's a fool's gambit. Like, if you're gonna challenge the devil, here's what I'm imagining.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm imagining when he's hitting the notes, little fire flickers are coming off his fingertips as he's hitting I mean, he's doing magic and everything with those air notes, you know? I mean, that dude is just the devil. I bet can play a mean air guitar. Like if he challenged Johnny to an air guitar contest, Johnny's losing.
Oh, Johnny,
you lose that battle 9 times.
That's not my friend. I'm imagining the devil might get too.
Guys, like fiddle is my specialty.
What if it's like Saturday Night Live and the devil can only play one instrument? Like he can't play, like he could play fiddle real well. He's not good at guitar. Like he doesn't, it's not tuned right. Can't do it.
Fred has slacks. Slack.
Devil tangent.
But yes, Coheed was amazing. How was Universal Studios?
Dude, my incredible girlfriend and her wonderful daughter, came with us. You know, we all went together, and she got us a hotel, and it was this amazing, huge, gorgeous hotel. Dude, it was such a fantastic. It was my favorite vacation I've ever been on in my life, and it was in Florida. You know, it was just like I was so like everything about it. Everything about it was just perfect and like so. Just like comfortable the whole time. Like I never felt like, you know, when sometimes you go on those vacations and like you feel like someone always needs to be somewhere, and like you always feel like you're being pulled around and you're like, oh, we never did enough.
Absolutely.
Like, did I get my money's worth? And like there's always someone who's like shaking you and being like, oh, we have to bleed this ticket dry, you know? Like I put my, you know, like you always get that feeling. No one was like that in this trip. It was just like we were all just there to enjoy the time. And like I had the idea where I was just like, listen, what do you guys need to do in order for this to be like a fun trip to Universal? And I had like both of the kids choose their like whatever they want, whatever they said, you know, so they each chose like 2 or 3 rides. And I was like, we're gonna do all of it. We're gonna do all of the things you said and all the things you said. Then everything else is cool. And that's what we did. And anything
else we get done beyond that's gonna be just extra bonus fun stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went down. Atlas
cool because you basically you set the expectation, you know what I'm saying, which is great because like you know the kid doesn't know what to expect. So like if you set this expectation that like these are the rides we're going to do for sure, he doesn't think like we're gonna have to hit all these other things in between. Like he understands the assignment basically.
For sure, dude. Yeah, and then like, and of course, you know, they're kids, so like they see some things, we get drawn over here, we're like, oh, we didn't expect to spend as much time in Dr. Seuss land, but the fact that we only have these specific things that we're really excited about just makes that just extra fun when it is exciting. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. It was a perfect time. Dude, like, historically, Atlas is like, he's a little timid. He's awesome. He's like the most clever, hilarious little boy I've ever met. Little timid. He's like scared of certain things. And I was like, you have to kind of push him to take those leaps sometimes, you know? But he was excited for Men in Black. So I was like, there's a Men in Black ride. They're aliens.
It's basically a video game roller coaster.
Basically a video game roller coaster. You're riding on this thing and you're shooting, you know, it's going to be so much fun. And he just kept getting like, he's building it up in his head where he's like, but is it fast? Are there big falls? Are the aliens real? And I was like, two of those things are not to be concerned with. The aliens, on the other hand, we must get them. They are a menace and they must be defeated and eradicated. Absolutely.
We have the best weaponry. There's nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about.
I mean, the noisy cricket does damage. Yeah.
Yeah. So the night before we went, we all watched Men in Black together. We sat down. We like watched Men in Black. We got all excited for it. We go to the ride and like, dude, it was amazing. It was so much fun. And like he squeezed my arm, like you know, like put his head against my arm when like we went around the like spins and stuff. And Men in Black, he's shooting aliens. He's having such a good time. As soon as the ride's over, he looks at me and he goes, "That was the best ride of my life. Can we do it again?"
Oh, that's so cute.
And I was like, and I looked at him.
He's genuine. He's a genuine kid. Like that was a genuine like response.
100% the most genuine, like sincere, adorable, like, oh my gosh, that's the best ride of my life. Can we do it again? And I looked at, you know, like my girlfriend Amy, and I was just like, can we? And she's like, yeah. I was like, let's do it. And like, so her daughter was like, yeah, let's do it again. So we got in line. We did it again. Only this time, Steven, so while we're in the very short line, Amy tells me, hey, did you guys see that, you know, like there's a point where they say push the red button? Because, you know, like everyone knows in you know, Men in Black, they're like, don't push the red button.
Don't push
under,
it, yeah.
You know, never push the red button under any circumstance. At one point, Tommy Lee Jones, you know, Kay says, hey, kid, push the button. So he pushed the button. In the ride, at one point, during our first trip, we're spinning and Atlas is, you know, he's like against my shoulder and I'm focused on him. I'm making sure he's comfortable. I'm making sure he shoots aliens, gets a lot of points, doing all the stuff. I don't hear any of this button talk. I'm just focused on him. I'm not listening to the narrative. You know, I'm just like, whatever. Like, I don't care. But Amy tells me, if you push the button, you get 100,000 points. And
really?
Yeah. So you get an extra 100,000 points. And I was like, Atlas needs to push the button this time. I was like, this is awesome. I was like, this is gonna be awesome. He's gonna get he's gonna win.
So excited.
He's gonna be so excited. So we get in this ride. We're like, yeah. I was like, all right, Atlas, you're gonna push the button. And I see Amy's daughter, who, by the way, I will put a pin in this so you know she is awesome. She's so funny and she's so clever. She's also a 10-year-old girl who gets a little like catty in a playful way. Like she is like playfully dramatic and like she's awesome. She's like, I'm so glad that we have such a good relationship. Like you know, she actually likes me a lot and I actually like her a lot, and like her and Atlas get along so well, and like it's so good. Like our whole dynamic works so well.
It just meshed together Brady Bunch style.
Just
like, it was
perfect. Just absolutely perfect. Like I couldn't wish for a better, like, you know, like melody, you know, like just perfect harmonious situation of people melding together. However, in this moment, Stephen, her 10-year-old girl cattiness, she was tapping. She's holding the gun with one hand and just keeps tapping that button with the other hand. Now, it is not time to push that button yet, so I see what she's doing. She's just trying to get that, you know, like she wants it.
She wants it.
But Atlas, he's like, when do we push it? I'm like, not yet. And I just see her pushing it. And I'm like, yeah, there's no way. There's no way Atlas is going to push this button, right? So we're going, and he's like, yet? And I'm like, no, not yet, you know? So finally, we do the spins, and I'm like, this is it. And dude, like, okay, so my dad reflex kicked in. So like, I'm looking over, I see her tapping the button, I see his like little face wanting, you know, one more points. His points are like racking up and not fast enough. And I was just like, so as soon as they're like, push the button, I just like Matrix, like, and like,
like the one just.
I did. I was like, no, and just push the button. And dude, like, I just see like 100,000 points on his screen with all of his points racking up, and her, like, Amy's daughter is just like, he got it. Even I moved so fast, she didn't even see my hands. I could have lied the whole time.
I imagine it's like the sequence of Matrix when Neo finally like moves faster than everything. He's just like you know, like just moving past stuff, like it. Press the button.
So like she was playfully mad for like just until the ride stopped. You know, it was like one of those like I was gonna do it. I'm like, but so was he. You know, like
Yeah.
It was such a good trip. The whole trip was so great. All the rides we went on, like Atlas. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. I swear to you. And like, if Amy were here right now, she would completely confirm everything I'm about to say. But Atlas, after every single ride, looked at me and said, "That was the best ride of my life." I'm not even kidding.
It's that's just an entire like different experience
Yeah.
for that age. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even think things in the world are that good. You know what I'm saying? Which is such I wish we could all feel that way at times, but like that is just like learning something new in the world that like exists. Like, oh my God, this exists. Like, this is great. Like, I want to live here, you know?
Amazing. It's so wonderful, dude, because like you know, it's like they're so innocent and just like not yet jaded in any way. Everything is new and they get that appreciation for it and you can see it and that they're not taking any of it for granted because it's literally all fresh and it's like they couldn't even imagine it. He couldn't imagine that like the Cat in the Hat ride, this slow little, you know, meandering, you know, just roller coaster through a book could exist. He's just like, what is this? It's blowing my mind. I'm just like, yeah, that's a book we read together.
That's what it is. Yeah.
He's like, and here it is. There's the fish. He's like, yes, you know, it's amazing. And then like, dude, and then of course he did the thing where it's like going into the shops. And he's just like, I can have a thing one. I can have a thing one plushie. And I was like,
no, those shops are low key. Those shops are like my favorite part too. Like, I love seeing like the unique toys and things that you can get from.
Steven, I'll tell you quick, just a real quick tip or story about this weekend, Steven. It's a real disgusting situation. Well, Steven, here's something you don't know about me. Steven, this weekend I went away for 3 days, Steven, and for the first time, and I'd say my whole life, I've never done this. I've never done this my whole life, Steven. But this is the first time, Steven, I didn't change my underwear for 3 days, Steven.
Oh my God! like your Thursday boxer still said Thursday. Like, it was like
my boxers. It is no longer Thursday. My boxers are like, please help us. You know, it is not like now. This is what happened.
The crust.
So this is what happens.
I'm just
no. So this is what happened. This is what like facilitates this disgusting situation. I home aloned my own underwear, Steven. I home aloned them. I accounted.
Just imagine like your boxers at home, like your parents are there, like Marv and Harry are like breaking in, and your boxers are just kicking bad guy ass. Like,
oh my gosh,
we're gonna lose to a pair of freaking boxers. Like,
you know, imagine, like, I put my boxers on; they have aftershave in them, and I But dude, okay, so what happened was I was packing everything, and I did the thing you do where like you double check everything, you make sure, like, and I was like, oh wait. I have to make sure I have Atlas's. I need shorts for each day. I need shirts for each day. I need socks for each day. I need boxers for each day. So I got his. I got mine. And I threw all of his on top of mine. And when I grabbed everything, I thought I grabbed it together. And apparently, when I did it, I'm assuming. I mean, they were on my bed when I got home. So I'm assuming I threw the backpack over them. And I don't know how it happened, but I totally miscounted and like must have thought the tops of some of his were mine or something or folded. I don't know.
You saw Hanes or whatever logo you saw, and you were just like, we're good.
And we got there and I was just like, okay, it's okay. It's okay. I have like these swim trunks. I don't even necessarily need boxers for those if we wear those. You know, so I'm like trying to do the math. I'm like, okay. First night, we're not going anywhere. I'm wearing clean, but I'm good. You know? And then I was like, second day though, we went to Universal, but then it rained on us. And I and we took our time.
So nature cleaned those boxers.
Yeah, I mean, nature cleaned my boxers.
A nice
and then
Florida spring water clean.
That's right. So I Steven, it was so ridiculous though. But the reason I bring this up, Steven, is because I started in the shops. I was like, oh, what better place than Universal to supply myself with boxers? I was like, I'm gonna walk out of here with Jaws boxers, E.T. boxers, Simpsons boxers, Back to the Future boxers. I can't wait. You know, I was like, this is a perfect, like, I was like, I've been gifted by the universe. I was like,
because it's that good old double thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need boxers right now, and I get custom. I wouldn't normally
spend this amount of money
boxers, but I need them, so it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not a parent site, Steven. Not a parent site. Not the whole park. I walked through it. I was like, I will take Fast and the Furious boxers at this point. You give me Fast and the Furious boxers, and I will put them on Fast and
Furious. A pair of Fast and the Furious boxers with freaking Vin Diesel just saying, we're family. It's just Vin Diesel. It says, we're family. And it's talking about the boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, down here, we're family. Family jewels.
Oh man, yeah, I would have put those on Fastly and Furious.
Now they had plenty of Jaws G strings, but just not no boxers.
I would have put those on too, Steven. I saw nothing. I got to the point where I was like, I'm gonna take some fancy socks and just make do. I'm MacGyver myself. I'm gonna do, Anyway, speaking of the sexy times with me, Steven. so that was my trip. It really did, like, it went really well.
Not to jump back to the boxers, but in conjunction with two kids there, it's not like you were going to be able to use the equipment outside of the things that you need to use the equipment for. I would argue that on a vacation with kids, it's worse to forget socks than it is to forget boxers. I'm gonna agree
with you.
Day two socks feel so much worse than day two boxers. I don't care what anyone says. You can
100%. I would never go the same amount of days with the same socks, especially walking around as much.
Something happens like I don't know. It's like overnight something happens to those socks. I don't know if like some gnomes come out, like for Daniel, some gnomes come out and just like spray like something on them. I don't know, but socks feel weird the next day, and there's no way. I would go barefoot. I think I would just take the socks off and then wash that pair and then not wear socks one day and then wear socks the third day or something.
Oh, dude.
But yeah, I think you lucked out because like I said, I think no socks would be much worse. No boxer still sucks.
Yeah. So it was a little weird, a little gross. We laughed about it. It was like a funny, ridiculous, like, whoops, like, I've never done this before. Like, let's see how we fare. This is our first real test in a relationship. And she was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, what do you like? Do you want to wear? You want mine? Like, I was like, she's amazing.
Awesome.
So everything was beautiful. And like our whole relationship has been so fantastic. I'll talk more about that. Because like we're probably gonna have some like development soon, Steven. Some interesting relationship, developments happening.
Evolutions,
possibly? Yeah, like evolutions. It's getting interesting. That being said, Steven, you'd think that I would stop online dating. You'd think I would stop. You'd think I would
help it, man.
No, you'd think you'd see how happy I am, and I would just be like, you know what? Enough is enough. I am satisfied. It's like, be satisfied. Like, never. not with these sexy bots out here.
You want to know why? Yeah, because you're not a player. You just crush a lot of robots with your fists. Because you're a monster. I was kidding. But I'm assuming we're leading into an amazing segue for another hit segment that we have called Anthony Dates Robots.
So anyone who's online knows that occasionally you get the random scammer, the Bitcoin seller, the drama from Gambia, the random people who want to get into your life, the people from the Illuminati, like they talk to me all the time. But you get those scammers in your DMs who want something from you, mostly your money. I get them all the time, and instead of just like deleting them or ignoring them, what I do is I fall in love with them. I try to get them to fall in love with me, or just talk to them. In this case, Steven, this was an interesting one because I still, to this day, don't necessarily know what this person was on about. But what I do know is that they at no point caught on to what I was doing, and it was pretty funny. So for those of you out there, I recently had a conversation. I didn't realize I was talking to Kim Kardashian. I thought... not even Kim Kardashian.
Divorced, maybe.
Technically, it's supposedly a model, Kim Lauren Matz, who just looks like Kim Kardashian. But you know what? I was mistaken, Steven. I thought I was falling in love with something else, or someone else. It was a beautiful someone, the likes of which I've never seen. and we'll probably never see again. But Steven, you ready?
I am. Do I get to play Kim this week, or am I you?
Yeah, you can play Kim.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best Kardashian impression. I was actually thinking about this when I saw this one on your Twitter. I was like, Tina does a somewhat good Kardashian impression, but you know what? I'm gonna do my best to do this.
Okay, I like this. All right, you ready? So here we go. Submitted for the approval of the Ostrich Colony Society. We call it no, Anthony dates robots, Kardashian style. Go ahead.
Kardashian style.
I say, hi. Who is this?
It's Kim. Do you have kids? Are you single? I can't do it, but I'm gonna do Valley Girl. I think is what I'm gonna do.
Kim?
Yeah.
Can I see a couple of your pictures? Can I see a couple of pictures of you to know that you're real?
Yes, you can. Oh my god, it's literally just a picture of Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
Like I bet I could Google reverse search that and it's just Kim. I mean, it's just Kim K.
So there's a picture of Kim Kardashian holding what appears to be a very silly, abnormally large unicorn lamp. I imagine it looks like a lamp. It might just be a statue, but it looks like a lamp. I imagined it was a lamp. So I say, I'm in love. You have the most beautiful hair and horn I've ever seen. But like, is that woman your sister?
LOL, thanks a lot. I really appreciate your loving concern here. It's me, but no other.
I've never seen anyone like you, but that woman looks exactly like Kim Kardashian. Are you friends with her?
Are you friends with her? No, I'm not. People say I actually look like her, and she's my role model.
People say you look like her? She doesn't even have a horn.
Yeah, people used to look alike, and we also make up dress up to look like our idol.
How do you get your hair to be so vibrant, though?
Remember last time I went for fashion show in New York? I had the same argument too.
I bet you really light up the room with your unique look. Unicorn should be your stage name.
Miss Shirley, a stylist from New York, made it for me for $2,500.
You paid $2,500 for the rainbow hair? What a freaking steal!
I love that name though, but it isn't my vibe. Yeah, I did.
Yes, I did. So can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
How do you get around? Does someone carry you from place to place? Are you always with that woman?
Yeah, I'm a Playboy model from the Solomon Islands, but based in New Jersey, East Coast for 4 years now.
Wait, you do unicorn?
No, I don't.
That's too bad. I've never considered how attractive a unicorn could be. I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
I hope so.
Can I see some of your model pictures?
I don't share my model photos on the network.
Oh, that's unfortunate for this conversation's narrative. Stick to the script, Kim.
If you really want to view my photos, I'd prefer you to pay for it first.
How much for just pictures of the horn?
I'd prefer $200.
That's a lot.
I'd prefer a
$200, but that's a lot. Can I just see a little taste to get an idea of what I'd be paying for?
Sounds good, but really crazy.
And then she sends a ridiculous, like a picture of some woman. I don't even know if that's Kim Kardashian. It's a woman.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
it looks like a
look like her
from a distance.
Yeah, random woman. She sends a picture of like with a bra, like it's not naked or anything, but it's model picture.
You good now?
Ew! What the heck is that? That's the unsexiest horse I've ever seen.
Really?
I mean, Mr. Ed wasn't a looker, but he had the personality and that voice. But where's your horn?
What horn? Don't really get you, dear.
Are you catfishing me? Are you not a unicorn lamp statue thing?
Then never mind asking again.
So then she blocks me. Steven just blocked me. Like out of my life forever.
It makes me wonder if she read over the word horse as whore.
Possibly.
Because you know what I'm saying? I think she just quickly read it, and just
possible.
You were still on that unicorn.
I was on
fantasy,
that. Yeah. I was the whole time. I never let go of the fact that she was a unicorn lamp, and it was making me so happy. I was like, I couldn't stop laughing. It was the best. Yeah, so I mean that was another thing that I was kind of doing on my trip, where I was like, we were in the car and I was like, oh, another one, and the kids were like, is it one of those scammers? And I was like, yep. And they were like, what are you gonna say? I was like, can you imagine our dads like be like, hey kids, guess what I'm doing today? I'm talking to a scammer. Like, what a weird life.
No, because our dads actually talked to scammers and got scammed out of a lot of money, I'm sure.
So, Steven, so those were, those are our trips, and also our trips down Lover's Lane. Steven, I almost had it. I almost had another bot, but she blocked me, and I guess it's the one that got away, Steven. There's the unicorn.
Do you think the ultimate goal is the ultimate goal to actually like do we get the bot on? Like,
yeah.
No, dude, we can't give them any screen time.
No, we probably can't. But it would be, dude. But it would be amazing. Like, I always just want them to at some point break down and be like, that was a good one, or like, okay, I get it, and like be funny about it. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes they get a little rude, or they get, like they get mean if they do anything, but they always show often they show their colors, and they start getting, they reveal that they're not these nice people who want to fall in love with me, but are instead 57-year-old man who just wants my money, and I'm like, come on, sir,
sitting in a cafe somewhere, and an internet cafe in another country, and
yeah, that's so it goes. But so that was how our week went. I mean, I had more to tell, but Steven, I've been having like an allergy attack tonight. It is not going well. My face is starting to drip. I can feel it. It's just like I need to put tissues up these nostrils to stop the devil from getting it. He needs to live up here for a while, and like that's just how it's gonna have to be.
Dude, I've been so hardcore lately that I've been taking 24 hours ear tech twice a day. That's the life I'm living.
Yeah,
because I'm telling you, I know I sound like some old head, but like it's the Saharan dust plus the Florida allergies. It's a 1-2 punch from hell. It really is.
Yeah, dude, it's been bad. Like today was especially bad. I was just like, okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting better. I'm gonna get it. I'll get through this. So I figured, we'll record the podcast. I'll get out of here, shove some tissues up my nose, and edit this thing. So I don't start like sneezing and like dripping in front of everyone. What are we gonna do this week, Steven? Like, what's our plan?
As soon as you like send me those flats, I'm gonna get to work on shading.
Stop blaming me for everything, Steven. Stop blaming me for everything. I don't understand. Like we're a team. We're a colony. The two of us. We're 2-part team. Steven, take responsibility. So as soon as we start sending you the flats, Steven,
as soon as I send myself the flats, as soon as I start sending myself the flats. Once I shade them, I'm just going to send them to you as each one shades. You approve, and then just start dropping words on them. I think
it's going to be amazing, dude. I can't wait. But yeah, so I'll probably send them to you tomorrow. Like probably tomorrow night, I'll send you as many flats as I can. Because obviously,
you're going to need all the internet you need. Yeah, you need the bandwidth. I get it.
Yeah, tonight.
And if I have time tomorrow morning before work, I'll just work on flats on pages you haven't done yet. I know you haven't done like the last few pages.
Yeah, last few. I'll work from the last backwards, honestly. Yeah.
Which those are already pretty much colored because all the lighting sources are done. So all I really have to do is just drop some whatever. I don't even need your color box for those ones because there's such intense lighting. It's not going to matter. I need a flesh tone and then whatever clothes he's wearing,
For sure.
The green, because it's all like vibrant green. So
so this week, we're going to send Steven some flats is what we're going to do.
It's 88% my fault, people.
It is. But this weekend, Steven, Saturday night, like from Saturday to next Thursday, I'm going to have that chunk of time where I just get to do whatever I want. And I'm going to finish writing issue 2. So that's what I'm going to do. Like that's like
Which is
this
awesome.
week. So I'm probably going to do most of it, a huge chunk of it on Sunday, probably, so Sunday and Monday during the day. So that's my plan. I'm going to write at least half of the book by episode 99. So by episode 100,
that's amazing.
By episode 100, issue 2 will be completely written and ready. So then we're like, let's do this.
And then I can just jump right into issue 2. Like it's basically just making play it again. Really, it's just continuing the story. So it's not like I have to like recalibrate. Like Deathless was a transition. There was a transition period to Deathless, right. But like this time it's not. It's just right into it. I like I said before though, I am thinking I should probably something I can work on too if I don't get the flats. If I don't send the flats to myself right away, is I could probably work on the cover for issue 2. because
True.
I want to do that thing where we promote the cover in the back of issue 1, so that way we get like
dude,
people
that's
knowing there's an issue 2 coming.
Honestly, like worst case scenario, we just have a variant cover for later. We have like the original cover versus the the established cover.
Yeah.
Once
if that one doesn't end up working out, I have a pretty good idea for it though. So
cool, dude! I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're gonna do this week. I'm freaking excited. I can't wait. I'm gonna have like this chunk of time that like I just never get, and I can't. I know I can do it, and I know it's gonna happen. I have a lot to edit tonight, and my allergies suck, so this sucks. But I'm gonna get through it, and it's gonna happen. Watch. Hey everyone, you see this on Wednesday? Look at I did it again. I can do it, Stephen.
He always does. He crushes it. He's the king.
But that's what we're going to freaking do. I can't wait. Thank you all for joining us. If you're only listening on one of the various podcasting apps, head over to the YouTube channel and just hit subscribe. It helps us immensely. We're almost to the goal of 1,000. I want to hit that before 100 so freaking bad, Steven. The Twitter community has been all over us.
100 so freaking bad. Oh, sorry. It was just...
But... dude, Twitter, like the Twitter comic books community and writing communities have been like just showing up in droves. Like we've made so many new friends. Like we have so many new people like joining our colony and like just constantly commenting and telling us how much they enjoy our show and appreciate what we're doing and just like our various segments and such. And like I'm just so thankful for all of them, dude. It's been amazing.
They're amazing.
So thank you all.
We've had like the biggest surge in subscribers and followers and all that, like literally in the last like 2 weeks. It's absolutely nuts. Like, and it's so fantastic. Like we haven't seen like incremental increase like this since the beginning, when we had the first like begging every relative, every friend to just subscribe to our little tiny podcast, you know?
Yeah, this is
so yeah, it's been fantastic. It's still going too. I mean, like from the 830s now, I think we are like we're there. We're close.
We grew
like,
within the last couple of
days. We
got
2 weeks, people.
Yeah, so we have 2 weeks to get to 1,000. You know, please help us out. Also, I'm trying to find a guest for us for like, even if it's even if it's episode 101 and beyond, it'll be really cool to get like notable people on the podcast. We're also going to start having more indie creators and stuff, so that'll be cool. I have to get out of here before my face explodes because I can feel it. I can feel it happening. It's about
absolutely.
To be like, but yeah, I love you all.
I love you, Anthony. I love all of you.
Love you, dude. All right.
Have a wonderful week.
Have a wonderful week, guys. We'll see you next time. This has been episode 98 of We Have Issues. We'll see you next week.
We're solving riddles.
Yeah, we're solving the mysteries of the universe over here, and I'm not recording, Steven. Okay. Steven was just going on and on about Dexter's mom's meaty thighs.
I was basically just saying that Dexter's Laboratory is directly responsible for men's appreciation of,
and also our pronunciation of laboratory being what it is.
Gigi, what are you doing in my laboratory? That's my best Dexter.
I would say the same. Okay, just like Pirates of the
Caribbean.
Would you say Caribbean or Caribbean?
Pirates of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Isn't that funny?
It's the Caribbean, right? That's how I would say it for the Disney movie, but I'm sure it's the Caribbean, right? I don't know.
I don't know. I would go back and forth all the time. Is what happens, and I'd probably follow someone, or if someone like I won't even bring those words up. I'd be like, oh, Dexter, you know the show Dexter with Dee Dee? He had the lab, Dexter's lab.
Dude, like we just need to take back the tomato phrase and be like laboratory, or just like
Caribbean. You say Caribbean, I say Caribbean. Let's go watch some movies together. It doesn't matter. All right, dude, you ready?
I'm ready. We're just like, it was like, dude, it was flawless. Like